Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to welcome you to a wonder-filled Wednesday, y'all. Really excited for my guests who are in the building today. We got Jamila Johnson, owner of Beautiful Awakening Spa. We're going to be talking all about her business and how she's bringing some amazing services to the community. And later on in the show, we got Shaude Moore back in the building. We're going to be talking about the McKinney Center and the updates they have there. So I'm so excited that she's also here to join me. But of course, as you know, it is the top of the show. So this is the time where you join me. That's right. You're going to help us grow by sharing this show with folks who you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on the Day with Trae. And if you can't watch us, that's all right. We still have you covered. You know why? Because you can listen to us. That's right. Listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network in the Day with Trae. You'll find us there. Well, up first, we have Jamila Johnson in the building from Beautiful Awakening Spa. Hi, Jamila.
Hi, it's so nice to be here and so nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's so great to have you here. It's really interesting too. I was just saying, like, before we even had you scheduled, someone I know, one of my best friends and her daughter were able to come to your spa. And she's like, oh my God, you got to come to this place. It's so phenomenal. That word of mouth means a lot. So we're going to get into how that helps your business. But tell us about those beginnings. What made you start a spa?
Yeah, so I go back to 2008. I was just graduating school for interior design and I practiced for a little bit, but I really didn't feel fulfilled. So I said, well, what is it? What are those natural gifts that I really felt inclined to pursue? And I just kept going back to massage therapy, just a way that I can help people and really just meet their needs, but also just at a soul level, help people heal. And so I took that journey, and I will tell you, graduating in 2009, I had no idea that it would be what it is today, but I am thankful, and I know my father is also thankful that I'm able to use my interior design skills that I went to school to pursue. So I have been able to use that, and also obviously my training in massage therapy, and also explore some other modalities.
Well, it's really special because that's one of the things I actually heard was that you walk into Beautiful Awakenings and it is this oasis. Yeah. So who knew you had an interior design background, but it speaks volumes. I mean, tell us a bit about the aesthetic that you built for Beautiful Awakenings and why you chose what you did.
Yeah, so when I took on this project, when I took on the opportunity to be in this space, it was a great opportunity as far as what I was able to see. So there was a dated space. It was built in the 50s, needed a lot of renovation. However, there were a couple key features, not only the square footage, but also there was a beautiful bay window, a shower area. So I just saw a vision for this space and what it could become. And I said, you know what? I trust God. I know that He is going to absolutely be with me on this journey. So I said, yes, signed the lease. And here we are 3 years later, and it is now officially done. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. And, when we're talking about services like what you offer, a lot of this really is word of mouth. How are you ensuring that when clients walk through your doors, they're wanting to share that experience with others?
So ever since I was a little girl, I love surprises, I love birthdays, I love celebration, and I love celebrating people. So the way that I've operated my business is it's not always about nickel and diming, it's about impact. So when someone comes in, a lot of clients, I'm sure they know now, but they've seen my social media, but I will surprise people on their birthdays with a little, candle and a cupcake, and have them intentionally blow out a candle, make a wish. So I think it's really impacting people at the heart. And I think you can't lose when you do that. So every interaction, just, listening to the client, holding space for them, and just really being myself, that's really just kind of, people have received me very well, and they come back. So that's a blessing.
Well, look, not only do they come back, but they tell others, which is so
Right.
important to growing the business. But also, you're right. I mean, you're servicing clients one on one. There is this intimacy with it, and
Right.
you have to actually have good energy around you in order for
Right.
people to want to be around you as well. Tell us a bit about the ways that you keep good energy to be able to, do what you do for every client.
Yes, well, I love the Lord. So for me, it's huge to fill up every morning, every day, and just be intentional about what I'm feeding my soul, and I think just my personal faith and personal beliefs and personal relationship with Jesus. Just I think pursuing that and strengthening that. I think it just only makes me a better woman, a better businesswoman, and I'm able to share that with the community and what I do. So it's a beautiful circle, I think.
Yeah. Well, also too, there's something to be said about the area you're in. I mean, we are seeing more and more families of color that are flooding to South King County cities. Renton is one of them. And really, Renton is like that first one. And so I know that there was like an influx of families who are like, okay, can't be in Seattle, but still want to be close enough. And so we're out here. How are you seeing, the space you're in kind of draw people to Beautiful Awakenings?
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I love, when I grew up in California. So it was very diverse. So I always brag to my friends that I had piñatas at my birthday party. I grew up as a person who just had experiences. And so I love people from all different ethnicities, but I love when our people come to me and say, I've been looking for a Black therapist, or I've been looking for a Black esthetician that knows how to treat my skin. So I always say that everyone is welcome. I love all people, but it feels great to really cater to, darker skin tones and just help people to feel more comfortable with how I'm treating their skin and their body. So
Yeah. Well, there is something really unique too, because different racial backgrounds actually do have different things going on with their skin. And so tell us a bit about the services you offer at Beautiful Awakenings.
Yes. So obviously massage therapy, that's what I've been doing the longest. I also offer professional skincare services in addition to special events. So I have an affinity towards food, charcuterie. So I do a little bit of, your meats, cheeses, and just beautifully presented. And I also do spa. So spa parties are a part of that. And that falls in the same category as your bridal showers. So just, again, curating events, special moments, and just really creating a space that people can relax.
Well, tell us a bit about the capacity, because you're talking about bridal showers, like parties. What does it look like for folks to bring kind of their friends together and do something at Beautiful Awakening Spa?
Yeah, so I have hosted larger events. So I'd say around, just kind of depending on the time of the year. But if you're talking about a bridal shower or a smaller party, I would say about 12 if you're looking for spa services is great. And then of course, depending on the time of year, we can kind of open up the space. I've got a ton of cushions, move furniture around so we can accommodate a little bit more. But it's great. Women love to get together. I've also hosted this past February, I hosted a Galentine's event that I think we had 30 women in there, and it was phenomenal. We had guest speakers, and I really pampered those ladies with, we had just different gift bags and treats. I had a chocolate fountain. I had a dear friend come in as a Black Cupid, and he handed out roses to all the ladies. So it was a really special occasion, and just really, again, reiterating self-love, self-care, pampering. So I'm just having fun in the space and just really eliciting self-love and just, champagning in that. So, yeah.
Well, you're talking about events, and that's one of the things that I love is when we have folks who have brick and mortar spaces. Now you have the beauty and the plethora to decide like what kind of other things can be done here in this space. And so I love that you're exploring that. You also have an event coming up pretty soon, right? Tell us more about this soiree.
Yes, our end of summer soul soiree. So I've got some amazing people that will be a part of this. My brother, Jesse Rhodes, is launching his first book, which is exciting. So I wanted to, create a space for him to launch it. We also have Michael Powers music, which is one of my favorite live performers. I'm sure you've heard of Michael. We also have Soul Fusion Foods that has an amazing soul food curation that they'll be providing. And then also OBK Wine, a Black-owned wine company. So I'm able to support Black-owned businesses and also just, again, create community, collaboration, and just have a great time.
Oh, well, it sounds like you're utilizing this space in all the right ways. Of course, if folks are wanting to tap in, they want to come to Beautiful Awakenings, they want to come to the soiree, look right here in this camera close to me. Let them know how they tap in.
Yeah, so you can either reach out to me on social medias. It's at Beautiful Awakening Spa, or you can also visit my website, beautiful-awakenings.com. And tickets are available for the end of summer soiree. We have a few spots left, and I would love to see you, so definitely join us.
Right on. Jamila, thanks so much for coming today. Anytime you have this here for you.
Thank you so much. A pleasure to meet you.
You as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all, wow, what a great way to get started in this wonder-filled Wednesday. Really excited to continue all of the wonder with our next guest. Shaude Moore is back in the building, y'all. We're going to be talking all about the updates from the McKinney Center. I'm so glad she's here. Y'all don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
I learned about the ONU program through many different community organizations. The program, they're very good at making sure that you meet the right people. My favorite part would have to be the community building and also the volunteer opportunities as well. I've been working on my physical health a lot more. I've been intentional about that, and they're very big on that. I'm still learning how transformational it is because there's just so much opportunity. It's a great program and they will support you.
Visit the link at the end of this video to learn more.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, and the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now is Shaude. What's up, Shaude?
Hey Trae, how are you?
Good to see you again.
Happy Wednesday.
I know.
Awesome.
Well, this is exciting because we said we were going to keep folks updated, and I'm so glad that you're back.
Mhm.
You know, the Central District Community Preservation and Development Authority.
I know it's a
I
mouthful,
got it.
right?
I got it. But y'all have been doing some busy work over there with the McKinney Center. Many folks in community know it as the old SVI or SOIC. Tell us a bit about what's going on right now. And since the last time we saw you, I know there's a lot going on.
So right now I've been doing a ton of hiring and some pauses at the same time, just taking a shift in our operational structure, really just looking into what do we want to do in the next 2 to 5 years. The board has been very aggressive in a positive way in terms of making sure that our mission and vision continue to align with why the CDCPDA was created in the first place, right? To create this holistic space where community can come back and just be back into the CD. Now, just kind of talking a little bit more about that, we see a lot of still gentrification, people being moved out. We were just talking about, you know, South Seattle, people living in Renton and Kent, Auburn, Federal Way, even going all the way towards Tacoma and so forth and so on. So we just want to bring those businesses, those resources back into the heart of the city. And that's what's really keeping me empowered to continue doing this work today.
Well, it's really great because I think, you know, for so long, there was this volunteer kind
Yes.
of entity. And now y'all have been able to build staff.
Yep.
And as a CEO, tell us what that's meant to you. Because I know that so much in terms of building a new organization
Absolutely.
is what are the roles we need?
Yeah.
How have y'all been identifying those needs?
So the way I've been identifying it just really through studying what does the building need to keep thriving? How can we continue to bring those resources back in? Obviously, I can't do it alone. I will say that since my appointment back in August of 2023, I've been charged up with extending, you know, my footprint and figuring out the best possible way to ensure that I'm not being overworked, right? And also my board is not being overworked. As you recalled, in 2020, when we were formed, we were a working board. And then last year when I was appointed, I wanted to continue to move the board to what they needed to be, which was a board of governance. So right now we have a financial specialist, we have an admin and operations specialist, we have a facilities supervisor, an IT and network administrator, and we just got in a community engagement coordinator, which is super amazing. Somebody just to really be in the mix of what's happening in our community, so we can table, so we can present exactly what we're doing to support me. This is again why I'm here today. So there's just so much powerful work going on behind the scenes that I really want the community to know about.
Yeah, well, this is really great too, because I know that getting folks who have been either connected to community is so key for your vision in your mission, what you're here to do. Oh, that siren. Okay, you ready? It's still there.
Coming back in on this last question.
Okay.
Coming back in 5, 4, 3.
Well, I do know that it's been really important for you to build the right team
Right.
with any type of startup organization. So tell us a bit about how you've been identifying those needs and getting the right people on board.
So the identification just didn't come from me alone. It came from the board. And that's just really filling out what the needs were pertaining to how we can continue to push the needle forward. And so that obviously I'm not overworked, right? But how can we stretch that by bringing in these powerful individuals with a magnitude of different skill sets to just help continue the business moving forward. So we have an IT and network administrator, we have a facility supervisor, an admin and operations specialist, a community engagement coordinator, and a financial specialist as well that are part of my core team to help us continue to do this work.
Well, this is really great because I mean, the last time I spoke to you, I think it was just you. And so this is a lot of growth.
Yeah, it is. It was me. And at that point in time, it was then President Gerald Bradford of the board. We actually just did re-election. So our new president is a woman, which is also super amazing because it's the first woman in history to lead our board. Her name is Krishna Richardson Daniels. So it's just super amazing to just be tied back into seeing the transitions of the work that we've been doing over time. And I'm super blessed, right? I tell everyone all the time, I wake up, I eat, I sleep, I breathe this work. I'm constantly moving. There's so many ideas and we're making all the right connections.
Well, this is important too. I think, this has been such a historical place for so many people. And so the legacy piece, I want to just talk to you a bit about that because there's something really strong in space.
Yeah.
How are y'all thinking about the continuation of the legacy?
So I'm happy that you brought that up. Yeah. So one of the real reasons why I'm here today is to talk about the Fulfill the Promise, the Rise of the Fall documentary that was co-created by Shaude Beaver and her sister Moet Beaver. It was a partnership with the CDC PDA. There was a kickoff screening at Mount Zion Baptist Church, which was super amazing. And now we're doing something where we can bring in more community just to share in what is the history about, why have we moved in the way that we have moved? And then the reference to Reverend Dr. Samuel B. McKinney and why this center is just so historic to our community, not just to our community alone, but even outside of that. This is one of the nation's first skilled-based centers. And we're really just excited about the work we're doing, continuing that legacy. Just when people even walk into today, they're so excited about the possibilities and just seeing how we are continuing to move the needle, starting with, him and all the other executive directors and CEOs that have been at SOIC, SVI, to me, to what is, the next phase in the next 10 years possibly to come.
Yeah. I mean, and I understand too, because development takes time.
It does.
I mean, that's one of the things that bringing community along from the beginning is so vital because of the length of time. Oftentimes you have to have those kinds of engagements in the space. You have to have ways for people to tap in, understand what's going on, and also to talk about what they envision. So I love that y'all are opening that up to community about what they envision. So tell us a bit about this event and how folks can kind of tap in. What are, they're going to come see the documentary. Tell us.
Yes. So it's almost like you're going to the movies. So we're going to give it that movie theater feel. We'll have some snacks, some nice refreshments, some drinks, just a way for us to come together, to be connected. There will be a screening, and then after the screening, there will be a short panel with some members of the community just to talk about what we're doing, and then the reference to the CDC-PDA. We'll have some of our boards sharing some updates as well as myself. So, I mean, you just get a little bit of everything. You're watching a good movie, then you're having a really good, powerful discussion after that.
Yeah, this is important, Shaude, and I know that your energy has been out here in community. So every time I just got to thank you for everything you're doing. I think when we talk about it takes us all, it really does.
It does.
It really does. And ultimately, just like you and so many other organizers, we live and sleep and breathe this every single day. And it takes that level of dedication too, because oftentimes this work is decades. It's decades in the making.
Yep.
And when we get to see those triumphs of all the work, it is so rewarding for us to continue on for another decade, right? So I really appreciate what you're doing and opening up the opportunity for community to be engaged. Of course, if people want to stay in touch with McKinney Center, look right there, let them know how they stay in touch.
So you can stay in touch by visiting our website at themckinneycenter.org. You can also go and find us on Facebook, the Central District Community Preservation and Development Authority. Just put that in your search bar. And as of this past week, we are now on Instagram. So you can find us on Instagram, Central District _CPDA. Come and follow us, come and tap in, or email us at info@cdcpda.org.
Oh, thank you so much, Shaude. Great work.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow, y'all. I get to wrap all of this greatness up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Disenrollment is a situation whereby people whose birthright to be indigenous is being stolen from them by politicians that have been elected to lead.
Today, the latest or last chapter of the saga concerns the threatened physical ejectment of as many as 21 Nooksack families from their homes.
I think it come about by hatred for our family. That's what it's all about.
Our bloodline is still here. They can't get rid of us.
Here on Back to Besa, it's always been important to me that we uplift stories from across the region, and that no matter where you live in the nation, you never have to miss a moment of the show as we continue to highlight the beauty, excellence, and resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because representation matters. So no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I encourage you to join me on this Back to Besa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best in our communities.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Huge shout out to my guests today, Jamila Johnson and Shaude Moore, both of them doing their part, y'all. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what it is you love to do or what you're skilled to do or what you're trained to do. Ultimately, when you're doing it for the betterment of other people, it really does benefit everyone. And the beauty of it is that we have more and more people who are building businesses, who are building legacies, who are continuing legacies by being strengthened by the history of so much that has happened, not only here in the great city of Seattle, but beyond, bringing that brilliance here. So there's all types of ways for you to be inspired and engaged. And of course, we want you to go to Beautiful Awakening Spa. Make sure you check them out there in Renton. Get yourself booked for a massage, or if you're doing something fun for the ladies, bring your small party there. She said up to 12 folks. That's actually a pretty sizable amount of folks in one space getting amazing pampered services. And if you're looking to connect with the McKinney Center and the CDC-PDA, make sure that you follow them, get to that event, learn more about what they're doing to continue the legacy of what so many of us in community know as Seattle Vocational Institute. I'm telling y'all right now, I just get inspired because I get to be here and share these amazing stories with you all. And you know I'll continue sharing stories tomorrow. Until then, at 11 a.m., y'all. Peace.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.